Okay, so it's 7:36, so we can start focusing on the new topic for today. So still any new participants for today? Okay, so today is the first class. Okay, so earlier you joined through online mode, or is it the first class itself? This itself is first class. Okay, right. So you guys, is it your first class, or you joined yesterday or day before yesterday? This is the first class. Same thing goes with you. Okay. So I haven't joined through online as well. Hmm? Yesterday you joined in online? No, this is the only day. First class. Okay. I think girls, you are already okay. Sir, is this live class? It's live class. GF. Okay. So it's live class. So whatever the doubts that you're having, you can directly ask. Okay. So I'll be available in the class. Okay. So online participants, anyone new for today? Okay, first class. Okay. So I hope you're pretty much familiar, right? What the workshop, what the demo is all about. So regarding Tableau, okay, you you went in a detailed approach. Okay, fine, good. So that means how you mentioned today it's first day. Okay, your friends mentioned. Okay, so today we are going with Tableau. But overall, what is the course? Data analytics and business analytics. Okay, so the course is relating to data analytics and business analytics. So for anyone new, again a quick uh, thing what we discussed is from last 3 days, the introductory part to data analytics and business analytics. Now if you can closely see, there are multiple job opportunities available in the market in different spaces available. In that, one specific key area where multiple job opportunities are available is this data science platform. So in detail, if you are thinking data science itself is in a general platform, again inside that we are having different roles in it: data scientist role, data analyst role, business analyst, as well as data engineer, ML ops engineer, artificial intelligence engineer. Different opportunities are there. So in that specific key area, that what we are focusing on is data analytics and business analytics. That means if you are pretty much into this, learning this particular course, you can expect that you will get a job for data analyst or a business analyst or a SQL developer or Power BI developer or the basic Tableau developer. These roles you can apply. Okay. And the opportunities are very high. At the same point of time, you can command some extra package too. And this in itself is something where we'll be covering different tools available called Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, Python, statistics. These are all the tools and subjects, technologies that we are going to cover throughout this course curriculum. Okay. So this is the basic introduction about course. So from last 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, we discussed about introduction to Power BI, and just yesterday we discussed about SQL. So today we'll be proceeding with a new tool, introduction to Tableau. Okay. So again, Tableau itself is a data visualization tool. Let's try to focus on that part for today. Okay. Uh, so how much GB RAM want? Okay, you want to buy a laptop, or if you are focusing on a laptop, the variations I can specify specs. RAM, it's better 8 GB sufficient. Anything above, it's perfect good. 16 GB, all those things. But the requirement 8 GB, it's better. And don't go with HDD laptop. 4 GB is also sufficient, but again, a quick lag, these things will be there. But no issues. That also works fine, not a problem. 8 GB, the basic specification. And as far as uh, this storage purpose, these things, instead of HDD, I'll suggest you to go with SSD, at least 128 gigs or 256 gigs of SSD, the bare minimum. And any version, latest version, i5. If you're going with Ryzen 5 series, okay. So these things fine, okay. It's not like very advanced uh, kind of these things not required. The basic requirement is fine. If you are going with something like machine learning, deep learning, there you might ended up utilizing algorithms, GPUs, all those things, okay. Graphical units you want. Here you're not going to predict, you're not going to train the data sets, okay. So it's fine, the basic requirements as I mentioned, okay. So shallow. So by the way guys, any new participants, in the chat window you can able to see the recording videos as well, okay. You can watch these recordings. And by the way, I'll be providing some data files, data sources, anything relating to Google Classroom. So we are having something called Google Classroom. In that, whatever the materials that I'll be providing, all the materials, all the notes, everything has been provided in Google Classroom. So I'll suggest you to connect with your admin and you can take that access to, okay. So there, all the materials, everything will be there. Okay, right. So then we'll proceed for today session, everyone. So how's it, Josh? Hi, low, medium, high, very high. Okay. So excellent, perfect, great guys, nice. So then we'll proceed further. So today, as I mentioned, the topic that we'll be focusing on, the tool that we'll be focusing on for the introductory part is Tableau. So by the way, from last 3 days you are watching handwriting, it's clear, right? So you can able to, okay. So I'm little bad at this, okay. So if you try to adjust for that, okay. So Tableau is a tool that we'll be focusing on for today. So this Tableau in itself is a BI tool available in the market again. BI in itself stands for business intelligence. So one more thing that you can take a reference is this in itself is again a data visualization tool available in the market. So day before yesterday, similar to Tableau, we even focused on a tool called Power BI, which in itself is again satisfying the same requirement. It's a business intelligence tool and it's a data visualization tool too. But here the question is, you might get it out. Okay, as you mentioned day before yesterday, we are going with Power BI. Okay, it's fine. But again, why to learn one more data visualization tool? So basically in the job market, along with Power BI, Tableau is also having very high demand, guys. Okay. Along with Power BI, you are having very much demand on this particular Tableau tool too. Okay. So obviously it's a competitor tool to Power BI. If majority of the companies are utilizing Power BI, after that the competition, majority of the companies are again utilizing Tableau as well. Okay. A little interface is different. Some different options have been there. It's quite similar. If you are understanding, for your understanding in a simple way, again, if you want to explain, I think during Power BI also explained it something like Android and iOS. Power BI, you can think it in a way like Android. Everything comes under the packaged version. But as far as Tableau is concerned, here you need to pay something premium for each and every product. So again, what is the main purpose of utilizing Tableau tool is, here also we are focusing on data visualization only. The importance of data visualization we discussed day before yesterday too in Power BI. If I am providing one table file to you, understanding the table output is little different, little complicated. But if the same analysis report, if I'm providing you through some visualizations, pie charts, donut charts, all those things, understanding is very, very simple, easy to understand, right? So that is the reason, again, you are going with this tool called Tableau. And what is the main purpose of utilizing these business intelligence tools is, end of the day, you are going to work with some business case studies only, right? End of the day, you are going to work with some business case studies. So while you're working with some business case studies, you are trying to provide some meaningful analysis through reports and dashboards to your client or to your business owner. Yes. So for them, if you are trying to provide a code, if you are trying to provide an SQL query code, yesterday we discussed SQL code. If you are providing that SQL code 10 lines, 15 lines of code or a Python code, they might not be able to understand. You are having the technical expertise, but they might not be having the technical expertise. But if you are providing the data analysis with some visualizations like pie charts, donut charts, all those things, for them also it is very simple to understand. There is no code, nothing. It's all about a pie chart. Understanding is very simple, right? So for them, considering, you will be utilizing these tools so that you can able to provide some meaningful insights to that opposite person. And that is the main agenda. We are utilizing Tableau. Not a basic understanding. Now, while we are working with Tableau, the one immediate thing that you need to understand is this in itself is a product coming from Salesforce. Previously, we discussed Power BI as a product coming from Microsoft. In the same way, Tableau itself is a product coming from Salesforce. So while we are talking about different products available in Tableau, I think as previously we discussed, in Power BI, we are having three products: Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, Power BI Mobile Application. But here, when we are referring to Tableau, we are having some different products like Tableau Public, Tableau Professional, Desktop Edition, Tableau Prep Builder, Tableau Server, Tableau Reader. Tableau Public is something that you can perform some data visualizations and basic data analytics work. And this in itself is the free product available with us. Okay. And for professional desktop edition, it's quite similar to public, but here we need to pay some premium for it, guys. Okay. And Tableau Prep Builder, for remaining all these things also need to pay for it. Here, what is the purpose of utilizing Tableau Prep Builder is to perform some ETL activity. Anyone remembered while we are talking about Power BI, there to perform some ETL task for data cleaning part, for data transformation part, as I explained you, there is one dedicated platform called Power Query Editor. Transform data. Anyone remember? The same option that is coming in your Power BI as a packaged version, free. But here for Tableau, you need to download it separately. That's a different thing. Okay. And similarly, are having something called server and reader. And what is the main purpose of including these things are to publish your work. Generally, tell me one thing. If you are learning that one particular tool as a student level, if you are doing one particular dashboard, what you usually do, if you want to save it, you'll save that file. And now that file or dashboard will be saved in your local machine, right? If you want to share it to some other person, you need to manually share it to through email or something. But that is a manual task. If you're working in a company, you will be the only person who is doing that project, or along with you, your teammates, colleagues are also will be there. Teammates, colleagues will also be there. Now, these are the platforms, cloud platforms, where you can utilize to publish your work. If you are saving that file in your local machine, C drive or D drive, there is no use. You can only access that file. But while you are working with a company as a team, if you are sharing it in an online cloud platform, login credentials will be there. Now, the same login credentials are being utilized by your team members as well. That means if you are sharing any work, they can access that work. If they are sharing any work, you can access that work as a common platform. There, these products comes into picture. So I hope you got the basic understanding. Now let's go with the application called Tableau Public. For professional desktop edition also, basically I'm telling it is a premium part. We need to pay something for it. But for professional desktop edition, basically we'll be having something called 14 days of free trial period. For 14 days, you can use free. Okay. And along with that, you are having one more access called student access. If you are still pursuing your graduation, anyone still pursuing the graduation? No. If any student who is still in the graduation phase, you'll be having an ID card, the college email, all those things, right? By utilizing these credentials, you can create an account. Free, that too free, for entire 1 year validity. Okay. Even if you are not a student, you can take your relative or friend details and you can create. Yes or no? In that way, 1 year access, you can get that part. If directly you don't want to jump with it, directly you just want to give a free trial, you don't want to ask with anyone, you can go with 14 days trial period. But I'll not suggest you to download it first. The reason is, if you're directly downloading first and start working on it, automatically we are not familiar with those options in Tableau. If you're trying to use it, automatically 14 days is going to be completed. So once if you're pretty much clear with the options available in Tableau, what to do, what not to do, by end of the course, then if you're downloading the desktop edition, then you're having some extra flexibility to utilize all the remaining options too. Okay. So, but anyhow, I think theoretical understanding is clear. So now let's jump into the practical hands-on approach on Tableau. So let's restrict ourselves with the public part for today, and let's try to understand what we can do in Tableau public. Okay. Okay. So we'll proceed further. Chalo. First thing first. Whenever you are opening Tableau public, this is how your Tableau public interface looks like. Okay. So basically, when you're launching Tableau public application, you will be having different options in it. The first option here is data source. And currently we are in data source, guys. Data source is the place where your data is lying. What is the source of data? The main part. And just beside to it, you are having this option called new worksheet, new dashboard, new story. If you remember, while we are working with Power BI, there you are having the names with page 1, page 2, page 3. Here, instead of page 1, page 2, page 3, here you are having the names called worksheet 1, worksheet 2, worksheet 3. If you're already familiar with Excel, the combination of all the worksheets, you call it as Excel workbook. Inside that Excel workbook, you're having worksheet 1, worksheet 2, worksheet 3. Now here, if you are having sheet 1, sheet 2, worksheet 1, worksheet 2, worksheet 3, the combination of all the worksheets, you call it as Tableau workbook. As simple as it. Clear? Now, in data source, if you can closely see, what is the name here? Sample Superstore. Now, the Sample Superstore is the data set, which is again coming from Excel. It's an Excel workbook name. Inside Excel workbook, you're having multiple worksheets in it. For your easy understandability, it's nothing but a notebook. Inside that notebook, worksheet is nothing but page. First page, second page, third page. Okay. Now, if you are assuming the Sample Superstore as your notebook workbook, you're having these worksheet names called orders, people, and returns. In Tableau, if you want to utilize any table, first thing first, you need to drag and drop this table onto this plain surface. Now you'll get the table displayed. Clear? Now, anyone remembered while you're working with Power BI, there you are having something called views, left side, report view, table view, model view, DAX view. Now, don't you think this in itself is something similar to your table view, where you can access table name, column names, and the data points inside it, right? Now, if you want to go with your visualizations pattern, directly you can go to new worksheet. And worksheet is the place where you can build some visualizations. Basically in Power BI, you are having something called canvas, right? Where you can build some visuals. And here this in itself is nothing but your canvas. but a small difference is there between Power BI and Tableau. In Power BI, in same page, directly you can put multiple visuals, right? If you want to create one visual or two visuals or five visuals, all the visuals you can put in a same page. But in Tableau, only one visual per page. If you are utilizing only one visual, if you want to create one more visual, again you need to go to next page. But if you want to accommodate all the visuals in the same page, rather than selecting this option, new worksheet, you need to go with this option called new dashboard. Clear? The first thing first, let's try to focus on new worksheet only. The immediate thing that you can notice here is something vice versa. Ulta pulta to Power BI. In Power BI, the list of column names is been towards right side. Yes or no? You're having some panes like data pane, visualizations pane, filters pane. Remembered or not, anyone? Now in data pane, you can access all the column names. Right side it will be there. But here it's left side. Right? And here visualizations pane is there just beside your data pane in Power BI. Now that visualization pane is nothing but show me panel here in Tableau. All the visuals have been available here. And just beside your data pane and visualizations pane in Power BI, you're having something called filter pane. Now that filter pane is nothing but here you are having with this option called filter card. Here we call it with the name card, filter card. If you want to play with some formatting options in Power BI, anyone remembered? Borderline, shadow effect, title options. Now those formatting coloring options in Power BI is quite similar to marks card here. Color, size, text, detail, tooltip. These are all the options relating to formatting part. Okay. And this is an empty place where you can build some visualizations. Okay. Online participants, I think you can able to see the screen, right? You can able to see the Tableau interface, right? Fine. Perfect. Okay. Now, while you're working with Power BI, you will be utilizing columns onto your x-axis or y-axis to create a visual. Here you're having something called column shelf and row shelf. So for example, here you're having one column called, so for example, segment is there. Okay, there is one particular column called segment. Now I just want to understand segment wise what is the total profit we are getting. Okay, question is clear? Segment wise total profit, I just want to get that part. Simply what I'll be doing is drag and drop this particular segment onto your column shelf. Drag and drop your profit measure onto your row shelf. Automatically you'll get a visual. See, if you're going to data source, can anyone help me out? How many rows are there in your table? 9,994 is the total count of rows available in this table. Okay, fine. Now, out of this 9,994 rows, if you can closely see, there is a column called segment. There is a column called segment. Now, there is one more column called profit. Where is that profit? Here is the profit. Now, if you are talking about a column called segment, automatically multiple duplicates are there. That means the same segment is repeated for multiple times. In Power BI country, we selected country, right? 700 rows are there, 5 countries are there repeated. Here also, segment itself might be repeated for multiple times. Okay. Now, my question is, based upon each and every segment, what is the total profit that we are generating? For that, I'm just going to your worksheet. Here, I just dragged and dropped my segment column. I just dragged and dropped my profit column. Automatically, you are getting one visual here. You are getting a simple column chart. May I know how many columns you are getting? 3. What does it mean? Three segments are there. May I know what are those three segments? Consumer, corporate, home office. What is that one segment where we are getting highest profit? Consumer. What is that one segment we are getting the lowest profit? Home office. Now, if you can closely see this visual, is occupied only a small part or your entire part. This itself is not occupying your entire page. A small portion itself has been occupied. Now, you just want to enlarge it. On top, if you can closely see, this option standard is there, right? Just change it to entire view. That's it. You can just change it to entire view, or else here that extra space is relating to width or height. Width. You can directly select fit width. Okay. Or say for example, if anything space is been based upon height level, fit height. But instead, what I mean to say is, instead of selecting fit height or fit width, directly you can go with the entire view. Anything plus or minus width or height, everything itself is adjusted and it will provide you the entire view part. This is clear? And now, instead of showcasing that visual in a small portion, now this itself has been occupied for the entire page. Now you are getting a neat, lookable visualization effect. Okay, fine, good. If you want to understand segment-wise total profit based upon any ordering, sorting. If you remember yesterday, we utilized in SQL a clause called order by clause. Order by ascending, order by descending. Lowest to highest, highest to lowest. In the same way, here if you want to sort the data, you are having these options called sort ascending to descending, descending to ascending. If you want to understand low to high, high to low, these options are available. Clear with this too? Now, if you want to understand what is the total profit that you're getting from consumer segment, you'll basically put your cursor like this and you'll able to understand. What is the total profit we are getting for consumer? 1,34,000. Corporate, 91. Home office, 60,000. But every time you will not put your cursor in this way, right? To understand. You just want to see some numbers directly, visibly. If you're providing the same visualization report or dashboard to your client need to understand directly, visibly. Then labels are there. You're having some option called labels. On top, here you are having this option called show mark labels. Just click on it, automatically labels will be displayed. For each and every segment, what is the label? Or else, no, I don't want to utilize this option. You are having one more part as well. Here you are having this label, right? And what is the label that you want to see? Profit, right? Whatever the profit value is there, column is there, simply drag it and drop it onto label shelf. That's it. Still you'll get that number. Remember guys, in Python, SQL, if you want to do some data analysis, you need to write a piece of code. But if you want to analyze something, if you want to perform some data analysis in Power BI or Tableau, it's all about drag, drop, drag, drop. No need to write even a single piece of code. It's all about dragging a column, dropping a column, selecting the column, selecting the checkboxes options. It's all about that. Okay, very simple. Now, instead of utilizing this, I'm just dragging and dropping profit onto my label section. For each and every segment, you will be getting your total profit too. Clear with this part till now? Now, if you want to understand based upon size, you want to do some little formatting for size as well. Here you're having size, guys. If you want to increase the size or decrease the size, anything you want to do, you can do here. Adjustments. Or even you want to play with some colors, you can play with some colors too. Just beside to this, you're having something called color aspect, right? Go there. By default, you're getting blue. If you just want to convert it to orange, you'll get that. Green, green. Any color you want to picturize, you can picturize. No. Instead of providing the same color for all the bars or all the columns, I just want to do it for different bar, different. You can do that. You call it with the name conditional formatting. What I mean to say is, What is the segment with highest profit? Consumer. What is that one particular segment with lowest profit? Home office. Now for the opposite person, we just want to represent it with a neat color effect. That means for the highest profit, you just want to represent it with green color. For the lowest profit, the segment itself needs to be replicated as red color. Now what I'll be doing is, whatever the profit column is there, simply drag and drop this profit onto your color part. So automatically color is grading. If you can closely see, you can refer to this section. For lowest profit, you are getting light color palette. For highest profit, you are getting dark color palette. But what is our requirement? For highest profit, green. For lowest profit, red. Just above here, is there any option called edit colors? Just click on that edit colors. And here, automatically, you are having this color palettes case. Now here in itself, I'm just selecting something called red green diverging. Okay, here I'm getting some maroon kind of effect. No, I want exact red color. Chalo, red color. Click on OK. Chalo, I don't want this kind of green. I want something like this kind of green. Parrot green. Okay, chalo, click on OK. Now just click on OK. That's it. Okay. For highest profit, you'll get green. For lowest profit, you'll get red. And something middle, you'll get this color. And this color also, if you want to change, you can change. It's up to you. Clear? Formatting. In simple, formatting. Able to connect till here? Any doubts? Online participants, any doubts till now? Is everything clear? Okay, right, fine. Another report in the same sheet, it's not possible. For that, we need to go with dashboard. Okay. Dashboard is something where you can build multiple visuals. PPT kind of thing also possible. By default, if you are downloading that file in Power BI or Tableau with extensions .pbx for Power BI with .twbx extension for Tableau, you will directly get a worksheet kind of thing, something like your Excel workbook only. You'll get worksheet 1, worksheet 2, like that only you'll get. But in case if you want to showcase it as a presentation PPT, the further options are there again. That is something manual we need to do after. But from the same tool, if you want to do directly, you're having those options and you can directly export to your PPT presentation part. But something from there, something from here, that is something our duty. Again, we need to edit it manually. Yes. Yes. Okay. So you said drag and drop in Tableau, but the person who enter all data. But the person who enter all data. Uh, who enter all data means? Data. Data set. Data set itself is automation. Okay. So from where we'll get Dharna, you will get entire data directly by company itself. It's everything automation. See, take a simple case. If you are utilizing Zomato application, today you'll order biryani, tomorrow you'll order dosha, day after tomorrow you'll order idli, something you'll order. Each and every record while you're ordering, that will automatically, it will be going and storing in your orders table of Zomato database. Okay. So whenever you're working with any application, Instagram or Facebook or Swiggy or Zomato or Zepto or Swiggy Instamart, any application you use, if you are utilizing, if you are ordering something, automatically that record in itself is going to be directly inserted into the particular table, orders or something, whatever the table that they're having, it will be directly inserted. And it is automated, everything. Now you'll directly get the table to work with. So directly, any? Mm-hmm. You need to do. If you want to do the same data cleaning part in Tableau, just now explain you, right? This is something that you need to go for. Tableau Prep Builder. For that, again, you need to download a separate product in Tableau. Okay. But you can do. We can't expect. Okay. So trust me, uh, maybe you might think you'll get clean data. Trust me, you'll never get clean data. Okay. So you will get a complete messy data. Complete, in the sense, complete messy or clumsy data. The data itself is something like at some point of time, your anger issues will go skyrocketed. The thing is, the person who is trying to enter the data, as I mentioned, every process is automated. But at some point of time in manual tasks or somewhere in the data sourcing initial stage itself, what they usually do is they will provide some column names as shortcuts. Instead of giving a clean column name, header name, they'll use a shortcut. Something like, say, for example, if there is a column called time of transaction, time of sale, at what point of sale it transaction completed. Instead of time of sale, TOS. You'll understand that. So a user and the first user, they, for their understandability, they'll something create. Okay. So that is a task for you as well. One more time. Okay. Data cleaning is also something you need to do. And that is something we'll be learning in detail. Again, data cleaning approaches, all these things. Yes, see, whenever, okay, good question. As you're asking, Power BI itself is a free, then why companies goes with Tableau? The thing is, in Tableau, some extra rich colors, customization effects are possible compared to Power BI. Again, am I right? Some, if something advantages are there, some disadvantages also needs to be there. For anything, it's not like this, right? So there, if you are having something free, everything, it's fine. But here, even though you are paying something premium for it, you'll get some extra rich experience, colors, palettes, these all customizability effects. These things are available here in Tableau. Okay. So for that purpose, some other companies are again going with Tableau tool too. I hope it's clear, Venu. Okay. So come to the main point. Let's go back hands-on with Tableau. Okay, where we got stuck? Colors, and then that's it. Okay, colors formatting completed. Okay, so now one more important thing here we need to understand is, when we are talking about these things, rather than calling these things as columns, better to call these things with the name measure and dimension. Measures, dimensions. The one mistake that student commit is the same name that they will be trying to explain in an interview with all the tools. It's always better practice to represent the names of those particular things in the language that what the tool that you're utilizing. So basically here you can call it as columns. I'm not telling that you can call this as columns only. But in Tableau language, for better professional speaking, we call it with dimensions and measures. So you might get it out. Okay, I'm mentioning dimensions and measures. What is dimension? What is measure? Dimensions are nothing but qualitative data, categorical data. Whereas measures are nothing but quantitative data, numeric data. Dimensions are been color coded with blue color. Measures are been color coded with green color. If you can closely see, you are having this list of columns. For this, what is this color, guys? Blue. These are nothing but dimensions. What are dimensions? Categorical data. If you are talking about category or country, country is numeric or non-numeric? Non-numeric is nothing but categorical data. It's measure. Sorry, dimension. If you're talking about product name or region, non-numeric data only, right? Qualitative data only, right? Dimension only, right? Got my point? But see, dimensions or measures have been separated with this small demarcation line. If anyone can notice, is there any line here? Focus on this. Any line there separating? Above two line, the dimensions, down to that line, measures. Now, if you can closely see profit, profit is numeric or non-numeric? Numeric. Sales, quantity, discount, all these things, numeric only. Obviously, color coded with green color. Down to the line, it's measure. If you are directly dragging and dropping any of the measure, aggregation that is going to be performed is sum. If you're able to recall in Power BI, country-wise total sales. Directly, if you're dragging and dropping sales, automatically you're getting an aggregation performed sum of sales, total. Now here also, when you're dragging and dropping C, you're not getting profit, you're getting sum of profit, total profit. By default, aggregation you will get. I hope it's clear. Now in the same way, if you want to create a simple pie chart, you can create a pie chart too. By default, I'll go with category and sales now. I'll drag and drop my category column here, and I'll drag and drop my sales onto my row shelf. By default, what is the visual that you're getting? Column chart. Remember, while you're working with Power BI, first you're having some extra flexibility to utilize one visual based upon your requirement, and then you can add some data in that visual, right? That means if you want to create a pie chart in Power BI, first you'll go to data visualizations, you will select pie chart, you'll expand that pie chart, and then you'll add some data. Am I right? But here in Tableau, you're not having that flexibility to select the visual first. See, everything is locked here. Yes or no? So by default, first, if you're adding any data, first thing first, the visual that has been generated is bar chart or column chart only. Then you can change it. So here, if you're adding the data, the visual that we selected here is column chart. Now, if you are selecting show me panel, now you can see some visuals have been highlighted, right? Now, whichever the visuals that are been highlighted darkened, those are the visuals that you can utilize for time being. Pretty much clear? Now, I want to create a pie chart, right? Simply select pie chart. Now that pie chart will be created. Clear with this part? Now, minimize the show me panel. Now, pie chart itself is occupying only a small portion. Now I want to see it in an entire page. What is the option that we can select? Instead of standard, entire view. Chalo, fine, good. Is it fine or some updations we need to do for this pie chart? Okay, what are those updations we can proceed with? Labels are not there. Simply 3 pies are been created. Okay, we know that 3 categories are there, 3 pies are been created. If you are putting your cursor, this is technology, this is furniture, and this is office supplies. But how opposite person knows? What are the names of it? Labels, right? As we discussed, if you are dragging and dropping this onto label, you'll get that label. We are selecting category, drag and drop that category onto label, you'll get that category. Chalo, along with category, I want to see the total sales label as well. Now simply drag and drop this particular sales again onto your label. Are you getting that label? Yes. As simple as it. Now still, if you want to play with some formatting options for those labels, you can do that. That means technology, furniture, office supplies, these are all nothing but category names, right? I just want to increase the font size of this category label. I just want to increase the font size of this category label. Then what I can do? Simply select this label part. Here itself, you are having these extra options related to it. Select it. Sum of sales is nothing but the sales value. Category is nothing but what is the category, name, technology, or these things. Now you want to increase the fund size of sales value or category? Category. Then what I mean to say is select this entire category formula part and just increase the fund size. Instead of 9, put something like 20. If you want to make it bold, you can make it bold. Just click on OK. Got my point? Now, in the same way, you just want to increase the fund size of your sale value too, and you want to make it bold, and you want to denote with some different color. Now, again, what is the thought process? Options. Now you need to select your sales. Now, again, just try to increase the font size. Now I'll adjust it to 15 and I'll just make it bold. And chalo, I don't want black color. I want something like this. Click on OK. Got it? So any updations that you want to do, you can do. Increase the label size or increase the value size. Okay. And here you are having some flexibility to change the colors of this piece too. Currently you are having sky blue color for furniture. And if you want to change the color of this furniture sky blue with some different color, you can again go with edit colors, right? For furniture, I don't want this. I want something like this, sky blue, pigeon blue. Click on OK, something like this. So what are all the customizable options you want to do? You can do. Simple. While we are covering Power BI, we discussed about one visual called line chart. Line chart, area chart. May I know what is the purpose of utilizing line chart? Exactly. Data trends, patterns, year on year, month on month, quarter on quarter, how sales is increasing, all these things. As I mentioned you, while we are covering with line charts or area charts, there is one prerequisite too. What is it prerequisite? Not remembering? Well, as I mentioned, while we are covering line charts and area charts, we need to use one certain column to understand hierarchies. Online participants, anyone remembered? A date column? Yes or no? A date column you need to use, right? If you are utilizing date column, then only hierarchies will be there inside it. Year on year, what is the sales trend? Month on month, what is the sales trend? Quarter on quarter, day on day, what is the sales trend? Discussed or not? The same thing here also. Whichever the tool that you work, the nature of that visual is same, right? Line chart is utilized for understanding trends and patterns. If you want to create one, go to new worksheet. Here, if you can closely see, is there any column which is relating to date column? Order date is there. Along with order date, you are having something called ship date as well. Shall I'll go with order date. If you can closely see what is the symbol here denoted here, calendar is nothing but it's a date column. Simply drag and drop this order date onto column shelf. And now chalo, I'll drag and drop profit. Again, I want to see that entire view. Change the view from standard to entire view. That's it. Are you getting that entire path? How many years are there in our data set? In Power BI, I think 2 years are there. Right? 2 years are there in the data set. In this data set, 4 years are there. 2014, 15, 16, 17. And now if you can able to see, the curve itself is denoting how the profits have been changing. In 2014, the profit that we are getting is 49,000 change. And in 2015, the profit is 61,000 change. And in 2016, the profit is 81,000 change. And finally, in 2017, the profit that we're getting is 93,000 change. That means profits are increasing year on year. Chalo, your client is more interested to understand the data based upon quarter level, not based on year, but based on quarter level. Chalo, what we can do? Are you having any plus button here? In Power BI, you are having hierarchies, year, quarter, month, day. Here you need to do it manually. Click on plus. Are you getting quarter? A detailed picture you are getting here. right? Sections are been divided. This is 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. Again, if you are picking individual year, inside that individual year, 4 quarters will be there. For 2014, Q1 to Q4, 15 Q1 to Q4, for Q3 Q1 to Q4, and the same thing goes with 17. Chalo, you want to understand something more detailedly? Year wise, quarter wise, month wise also you want to understand? Just click on plus one more time. See the distributions, how it's changing. This is one section, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Focus on only 1 year, 2014. 4 quarters are there or not? Again, if you're picking first quarter, again months are there, Jan, Feb, March. And how the curve is changing. Got my point? How it's working out? So in this way, you can able to see how the patterns have been changing in detail. Okay. I'll showcase you the other part as well. Here, when you are selecting quarter level, the data itself has been distributed based upon 4 subsections. 4 years are there, so that you are getting 4 curves, 4 lines we are getting. And each and every line for that particular year is based upon quarter level. Now I'll showcase you one more variation. Now let me explain you what is the difference. I'm right clicking on it. Instead of selecting this, I'll select this. Okay. Now I'm clicking on plus. Now what's happening? Anyone let me know? You are getting continuous curve now. Earlier what's happening is, if you're putting this, it's been divided into segments, equal portions. It's been year wise, you're cutting based upon year, and based upon each and every year you are doing it manually. But here when you are trying to understand it, you are getting something lump sum sale value of that particular quarter for all the years. Got my point? Earlier you are getting, if you are picking quarter one of one particular year, what is the total value? And for another year, what is a quarter? Another year, what is a quarter? But here, the total lump sum profit that you are getting for that particular quarter, accommodating all the 4 years. Got my point? If you want to understand in this way, in that way, anything is fine. So coming to the main point, it's all about what's the client demand, what is the use case, what is the requirement. Based upon that requirement, you're just shifting it and you're understanding it. But in a nutshell, what you need to understand is this kind of data in itself, you can utilize as visualizations, line charts, area charts for understanding some patterns, trends, everything. Whether the sales is increasing, whether sales is decreasing, whether sales is stable, or whether sales is fluctuating. What exactly is the sales value? What is the trend? How the business is moving? To understand these kind of patterns, trends in your data, always it's better practice to go with these visualizations like line charts, area charts. Okay. Instead of line, if you want to go with area, you can go with area too. Area itself is nothing but that entire volume itself has been filled with some color, nothing difference. Line, a simple line will be drawn. Area is nothing but down to that line, entire volume is filled with some portion of color. As simple as it. Clear? So pretty much clear, everyone? Any doubts till now? No? Online participants, any doubts till now? No? Okay. Can we get the graph, please? Yeah. These borders, if you want to create for a pie chart, this is something you need to do it in your dashboard again. What I mentioned, when you're working with Tableau worksheet, Multiple visuals you can accommodate or only one visual? Only one visual. So if you want to do it bordering effect for that entire visual while you're going with dashboard, you can do it. These all options. Okay. Right. The labels which you created in sheet 1, will it be shifted? No, Vijay. That will be limited for that part only. Yes. Okay. So can we proceed further? Right. Can we merge this Tableau sheet into? Yes, you can do that as well, Narayana. So some extra selections, labels. Yes, we can edit that labels, extra selections, everything is there. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. So coming to the main point again. How do you represent this visual in a presentation? Okay. If you want to represent any visualization in presentation mode, just you're having this option called presentation mode. So if I'm asking you to present any PPT, what you usually do? You'll put it in presentation mode, slide by slide, you'll just explain. Yes. In the same way, if you want to showcase one particular visual and just want to explain something more effectively, you'll simply select that visual in presentation mode and you'll explain it in more effective way. Presentation mode. If you just want to come out of that presentation mode, just click on escape. You'll come out of it. Okay. Right. So now let's go with a small topic again. Yesterday, while we are talking about filtering the data, especially in SQL, may I know what is that clause that we discussed? Yesterday we discussed about multiple clauses. Among all the clauses, what is that one clause we utilize it to filter the data? Where clause. Okay, perfect, good. So where clause is the clause that we utilize it to filter the data. Select star from table name, where department is this, where salary is this, where employee name is this, something we utilized. Now, in the same way, here if you want to filter the data in Tableau, you're having different types of filters available in it again. You're having something called data source filter. You're having something called extract filter. You're having something called dimension filter. You're having something called measure filter. You're having quick filter. You're having cascading filter. And you're even having a type called context filter. So dimension filter, measure filter is nothing but, you know what is dimension, what is measure. What is dimension? Non-numeric column. Measure, if you're dragging and dropping a non-numeric column onto your filter section, you call it as dimension filter. If you are dragging and dropping any measure column, numeric column onto filter, you call it as measure filter. Okay. So among these all filters, the first two filters are coming under your data source level. And the remaining filters are coming under your worksheet level. Okay. So first let's go with the data source filter quickly. Okay. So currently we're in worksheet level or data source level? Worksheet level. Now data source level. Let me explain you when to use data source and when to use worksheet level. Data source filter is the type of filter you need to use when the question is demanding about to provide the entire data that should be applicable for your all worksheets in Tableau. What I mean to say is, you are having, try to understand simply, don't complicate. You are having a data set which consists of 100 rows. How many rows? 100. Your manager is telling you that our project itself is going to be completed just by utilizing this 20 rows of data. Okay. Now, if you're putting a filter condition of only those 20 rows, you'll only get the 20 rows into your Tableau worksheet. No, I'll pull entire data instead of 20 rows. If you're telling, what is the consequence? Storage waste. Performance will degrade. If memory waste, storage waste, in the sense performance will degrade. Assume that you're not having 100 rows, you're having 5 million rows, 7 million rows. Then if you're having 70 lakh records, 70 lakh rows, and your manager is clearly mentioning that our project itself has been working only on this particular filter condition, shall I try to import this 10 lakh records? No, I'll not mention 10 lakh, I'll pull entire 70 lakh. Problem is storage, memory, performance degradation issues, all these things comes into picture, right? So in data source level itself, if you are putting any filter condition, you are restricting the data to that filter condition in data source level itself. If you are putting a condition called I only want India data in data source level itself, for all the worksheets in your Tableau workbook, you will get India data only. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing. Here, if you remember, what is the column we selected? Category. Category is this column we selected in pie chart. How many categories are there in pie chart? 3. What are those 3 categories? Technology, furniture, office supplies. Chalo, your manager is telling that we are going to work only based upon technology category. So then what you are going to do is, you'll go to data source level. Here in filter section itself, you're having an option called add. See, we are in worksheet level or data source level? In data source level, you're having this add button, add a filter. We are doing it in category, right? Select category, click on OK. And your manager is telling requirement on technology. Simply click on technology and just click on OK. Previously, how many rows are there? 9,000 change. But now how many rows we are getting? 1847. If the same use case, if you want to solve it in SQL, yesterday, select star from sample superstore where category equals to single quotes and double quotes. Why? Because it's a string, technology, semicolon, execute. As I mentioned, Tableau is not a coding tool. Here you are not having any code kind of thing. You just need to select some options. You selected some couple of options, just you selected OK. You got this 1847 rows. And now if you are going to sheet 7, sorry, sheet 6, what is that one category you're getting? Technology. Got my point? Now if you are going to a new worksheet, and here also if you are adding the same column category, profit, how many categories you'll expect? One only. Why? In data source level itself, you restricted the data to category technology. So to how many worksheets that you go? For all the worksheets, category is technology only. But now here you are having one more filter type called worksheet level filter. Let me explain you that as well. I'm going back to data source. Currently, any filter is applicable here. I want to remove that filter. What I want to do? Edit that filter. Select that filter. Is there any option called remove? Remove it. Are you getting your entire data back? Now go back to your sheet 6. Are you getting all the categories? Are you getting all the categories? Fine. Now let's do something different. Now the requirement is for worksheet here in pie chart, I just want technology category. Just now explain you, we are having one filter type called dimension filter. If you are dragging and dropping any dimension onto your filter aspect, you call it as dimension filter, right? Now what I'll be doing is simply drag and drop category onto your filter card. Hmm? Now uncheck everything and checkbox your technology and just click on OK. Got it? Now what is your expectation in sheet 8? Are you getting all the categories there or only technology category there as well? All. Why? Exactly. Here we are not doing it in based on data source level. We are doing something based on worksheet level. So that worksheet is different and this worksheet is different. Now in this, again, I want to go with a category apart from technology. I want to filter based upon furniture. Click on furniture and just click on OK. I will get furniture related. Here you will get technology related. Here you will get furniture related. In another page, again, if you are selecting something called category and profit, now again, I will get all. Why? It's a worksheet level filter. So you got a basic understanding how this data source filter and worksheet level works. If the requirement is not to waste memory, storage, only what are the selection that you are doing, based upon that entire data needs to be selected for all the worksheets in your Tableau workbook, you need to go with data source level filter. If you want to do it based upon one particular selective worksheet for different worksheet, different filter condition, for different worksheet, different filter condition, then you can proceed with worksheet level filters. Okay. So just explain you how filters works in Tableau. Okay. Still we are having something called extract filters, quick filter, measure filter, cascading filter, context filter. So there's some advanced options, everything is that. Okay. So just to showcase how filters works in Tableau, they're showcased too. Okay. So along with visualizations, along with the uh, filters, we can even utilize joins, multiple sets, parameter concepts. Joins is nothing but joining the tables, right? So for example, you are having a table, uh, something like a tech company database only. Take a simple case, software institute database only. What kind of tables will be there? Trainers, faculty related details have been there in trainers table. Student details have been there in students table, right? If you want to understand who are the trainers available, you can go to trainers table. If you want to go to students, who are the students available, you can go to students table. But if you want to understand, if you are taking a trainer called Rahul, this Rahul is handling which batch? You need to connect these two tables, right? If you are taking one particular student, if you're taking one particular student called Rahul and you just want to understand whether the student Rahul enrolled for which batch and he's been under which trainer, again you need to connect these two tables, right? Got my point? So joins, multiple table connections. If you're talking about e-commerce company, customers table, products table, orders table, payments table, all those things are there. If you want to understand what are all the payment modes available, you can go to payments table. If you want to understand who are the customers, names of the customers, you can go to customers table. What are all the products available? What is the price of that product? You can go to products table. But if the question is, if Rahul customer is there, he ordered which product and what is the price of that product and what is the estimated delivery time of that product and what is the payment mode that he selected? Is it cash on delivery or a UPI payment, already payment completed, or is it internet banking, debit card, credit card, right? Definitely you need to connect all these tables, right? So those connections, joins, everything we are going to discuss here again in Tableau. So with these options, again, we are having something called logical layer, physical layer, relationships, joins, merge, append, different options are there. So in a nutshell, today I just introduced this particular tool so that you'll able to understand how this Tableau works, what the interface is all about, what are all the options available in it. So to get a basic understanding, so this is what the tool is. Okay. So I hope it's clear, guys, everyone, for today. Okay, online participants. So, okay, so clear. Okay, nice. So uh, online participants, you can take the reference of the recordings, last session recordings, in case you missed any sessions. Offline participants too, if you missed any sessions, you can just connect with your admin team. So they'll provide you the past last 3 days of recording sessions. So any new participants, if you want to understand what data analytics, business analytics is all about and what is the importance of it, you can just watch those recordings. You can able to get that part. If still in case you're having any doubts, you can feel free to connect with me. Okay. Right. So any doubts relating to the technical part that what we discussed for today? No doubts. Okay. Uh, directly you can connect with admin team Manoj. Okay. Which part? Filter. So here, what I did is directly I utilized this dimension called category, and I just dragged and dropped the dimension onto my filter card. That in itself, we are assuming it as dimension filter, and there in itself, based upon your selection, the filter condition itself is applicable. Okay. So still any doubts, online participants? Is everything clear? So this space works for you? A little fast or slow? I think definitely it's not slow, I guess. Definitely, I think it's not slow, but fast. Is it fast or okay? Slight little medium approach I need to go, I guess, right? So instead of going, but not jet speed. Okay, right. Some above medium, huh? Okay, fine. It's good only. Okay, but still I'm feeling little fast. Okay, I'll adjust a little bit. Okay. Okay, right, Alam. Perfect. Tomorrow, still not decided. Let's go with statistics. Okay. Python, if you want, I'll explain Python. It's up to you, your wish. Okay. So what I thought is in statistics, many of the students they might not be having. They might think it's mathematics. That is something not my cup of tea, right? So let's try to remove that fear and how statistics plays a crucial role. Let's discuss. Okay. What we can do is we'll take some logical case studies, okay, and how it works and how you can connect that statistic subject to your business case studies and how you can come out of it. Okay. Statistics, yeah, sure, we'll check that out. Okay. Many of the students what they're struggling when they're going to an interview is they're not familiar how to approach, how to deliver that answer. If 100 students are giving an interview, almost 95 students are giving the same answer. When I usually take interview in the company, what I noticed is many of the students are providing the same answer, handling null values, handling duplicates. The thing what usually happens is students they will pick one resource and they'll stick with that resource and everyone will copy the same thing. Okay, what I will be checking in an interview. So in an interview, I'll generally see how that candidate confidence level. Okay, absolutely technical skills I need to see. Why? Because only relying on confidence, then company will ask me, question me, right? So first thing, technical thing, but still I'll focus more upon confidence thing. Why? Because even though the student is not pretty much into the technical but I can see whether that particular candidate can able to learn a topic after working in, again training period will be there. So while when I'm providing the training part, then whether he or she will able to reconnect it or not, grasp it or not. So those things I'll be checking. Confidence level. Okay, the main thing is student level, even though they're pretty much familiar with the technical part, they're a little underconfident. While they're communicating, they're not able to communicate more effectively. So that is where the main problem is, again, with majority of the students. They're having some subject, but they're not picturizing it in a better way. So that also something you need to make a note of. Okay. So just you need to improve the communication part, or you just need to speak something. Okay. These all things you can focus on. Okay. So only thing is, no need to hesitate. Feel free, feel comfortable. Okay. So whatever the doubts that you are having during the sessions, also then and there you can ask me. Okay. So don't think more like sir trainer. Okay. Just casually think like friend. So one of your friend. So what that is the main thing for a student. Basically, eventually, if the student is feeling that the opposite person is a trainer, sir, or how to ask, a little hesitation might be there for you people. I can understand, right? So leave that thing. Don't put that hesitation. I personally telling, right? Just assume that friend, again, friend in the sense, again, uh, so it's not a different way. So casually, what are all the doubts that you're having, feel free, feel comfortable, ask. I'll be there to clarify you all the things. Okay. So my responsibility is to provide what are the doubts that you're having. I can deliver that. Okay. So if in case if you're not feeling comfortable, always remember that is going to be a drawback for you only. Yes or no? Yes, obviously. And that is the same case happened with everyone almost. I'm telling now for you, but in my case, while I'm learning, the same thing for me also. Right? As a student level, that goes with everyone. So remove that part. If you are little hesitant, it's lost for you only. Okay. If you're opening up, then only you can able to learn something. Sure, sure, Manoj. Yes, I'll be doing that part. Okay. Being first class, how we are going to take it module wise for the program. Yes, we'll pick one module and we'll work upon it. Okay. Okay. Already love this class. Okay. Nice. Good. How much time and practice does it take to master to suffice for entering career as fresh medicines? Typically, I can say 3 to 4 months is enough. If you're putting good amount of effort in it, at least daily 3 4 hours, it's more than sufficient. I won't hesitate, but today I felt little bit unnoticed. How can I raise my doubts while you were not seeing chat window? I tried to raise hand and wanted to repeat it. Yes. Actually, the thing what happens is Shiva for today. Usually daily, whatever all the sessions that I join the sessions with WebEx Meet link. In WebEx application, I used to download. Sorry, I used to join. If I'm downloading, sorry, if I'm joining through WebEx meeting, usually a pop-up message will display on top chat. If anyone is entering any chat message, I used to get a notification ping kind of thing. Demo class, I joined it through online, not with WebEx Meet. It's an, if you can close this, it's a online tab. So I'll not get that pop-up messages. If I need to come back, I need to, for check the questions, I need to come back. But anyhow, usually if you're asking any question, I'll get a pop-up message. Then and there I'll clarify. If anyone raising that, then also I can give the unmute access. Okay. Sir, is this demo class will be explained again? Yes, yes. Again, I'll be explaining that Likita while we are going with each and every tool. Okay. Actual course you can expect will start from Monday, guys. Okay. So tomorrow again, Friday, let's go with starts understanding. From Monday, we are going to start the batch and we'll be focusing on uh, starting with one particular tool and we'll do that. Okay. Batch will be started. Uh, Most probably we'll go with Power BI or SQL, Kishore. Then we'll go with other tools. Okay. Right. How? Depends again. For basic data analytics tasks, you will utilize it occasionally. Uh, but in majority of the cases, depending upon the role again. Why? Because some companies are there, even if you're familiar with Excel, they'll take you. Yes or no? Depend for their requirement. Okay. Basic analysis, you can always use that part. For advancements, you can go with these tools. Okay. Yes, yes. Tomorrow class is there, Ayush. You can join the class. Okay, right. No issues. Okay. Yeah, yes, Manoj. Can you also show how to course curriculum? I think I already showcased you, right? So you can even connect with admin team. They'll provide you that. Okay. Yes, yes, Shiva. Data engineer and data EWI. See, again, when we are talking about both, it's quite similar engineering roles only. But in that, again, if you are more into that cloud platform connecting with those things, different position is there. Okay. Let me know the structure of this program initially. What will be taught and how do we program? See, Kishore, what usually happens is uh, first we'll go with Power BI or SQL, maybe Power BI, or then we'll go with SQL, and then we'll go with statistics. And just after completion of statistics, we'll try to learn Python. It's an integrating part. After completing Python, we'll go with Excel and Tableau. The main motto for trainer is students' interest. If I'm directly jumping into SQL or Python or any programming language, statistics, mathematical subject, students will eventually will not cooperate. Yes or no? For student, the main challenge is for everyone that interest needs to be provided in the same pace. We're going with some data visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau, some colors, themes, students will enjoy. So once if they're connecting with the tool, then what are all the remaining tools we can able to complete it effectively. If you want to learn SQL, we can start with SQL. No problem. Anything is fine. Okay. I'll update you tomorrow, Ayush. Okay. See, both are trending. I cannot say data analysis is only trending. Data science is also trending, right? Because nowadays every advancements are coming, Gen AI, LLM models, all those things. So data analytics, data science, both trend is there, opportunities are there. But as a fresher, entering into data analytics is little simple comparing with data science. Where in data science, the opportunities are more for experienced candidates. Okay. Recordings will be there, Abdul. You can take that part. No issues. Okay. Okay. Okay, no issues, Jeff. If you are more into coding part, if you're more interested in predicting kind of thing, I'll suggest data science. If you want to understand, analyze, entering into the job market very easily without any hustle, again after completion of the course, for a fresher point of view, I'm talking, you can consider data analytics too. Anything works fine, no issues. And I'm not telling that for fresher you will not have an opportunity in data science. There also opportunities are there. But here, probability I'm just telling. Okay. Yeah, full coding will be there. There in data science there, no? Yes, yes, you can connect with the admin team. They'll provide you that recordings, Ayush. Not a problem. Okay. So I hope, I think all the doubts have been cleared. Offline, no doubts. Okay. So if no doubts are there, then we'll wind up the session for today, and let's connect tomorrow. And what are all the doubts that have been there? Let's try to discuss again tomorrow, and let's have a quick session on stats 2 for tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, then that's all about for today. So if you people, I'll be sharing the data files, all these things too, in your Google Classroom. You can take that access, and there itself we can work on it. Okay. Yes, yes. Even though it's non-IT, you are coming from, not a problem. Okay. You can come and you can join Joshi. It's simple. Okay. For thank you so much for simple and detailed class. Okay, right. Welcome, Adarsh. Okay. So okay then. Bye guys, and let's connect tomorrow. Good night.